Hey, good day and good energy, TL. Hope you guys are doing well. So I want to talk about the word humble here. And if you look at the definition that I got off the internet, it says humble, having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. And yes, I am making this video because I saw Hippie Island's live stream, and she had a clip playing that had a gentleman speaking about the word humble and how he brought up the definition, and it was of being of a low manner, of a low state of things, and he had the connotation that it kind of wasn't the best thing. And I've always had a deep connection with the word humble, and for me it also goes back to the 13th son, because he's been very adamant about being humble, and he also relates the word humble to the bumblebee and how important the bumblebees are to the human beings and the earth and all things in general. And if you know about honey and what it can do to help you heal, it's pretty profound. And if you think about the energetic vibration that goes into the creation of such a wonderful substance such as honey, that's a whole other thing. And then there's also the fact that the bees, the way that they operate in a colony or family, and even the self-sacrifice that they have to endure when it comes to stinging things. And also another thing I just came to my mind, if you look in the National Geographic, one of their shows, it was a clip of what happens like when wasps raid bees' nests. The way the bees defeat the wasps is actually very, very interesting. What they do is they all surround the wasps and they overheat the wasps, because over time they have learned to endure more heat. Their bodies can vibrate at a higher level of heat, and so they just smother the wasps they just surround them all. And meanwhile, the wasps, since they're about 5 times the size of the bees, they're tearing them apart. They're just like ripping these bees up, and the bees just keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. I mean, they're not scared of death. They just go and they just die for the cause. And even their whole way of killing the wasp is actually very benign. All they're doing is like overheating it, and they're not even trying to really tear it apart or kill it or sting it or anything like that. They're just crowding it with their own body heat energy until it dies. And this is after the wasp has invaded their honeycomb or their hive, and the bees are just doing what they do. And then of course, even just to sting anything, a bee has got to lose its life. So there's a lot we can learn from the bees, and that whole thing kind of goes into being humble, having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. That's also the mentality of the bee. If the bee had a mentality that, hey, it's Mr. Macho, it's Mr. Badass, I'm not going to sacrifice myself for the greater good of the cause, then they would not be able to fend off the wasps. They would not be able to produce the honey. They would not be able to transmute that type of energetic vibrational energy to be who they are, and to provide that beautiful nectar and pollinate the flowers as they do, and be the caretakers of life and earth and so many things. So again, the word, being humble, if you apply that into today's times with everything that's going on, I mean, we have people who are going crazy, with their arrogance and with their own selfish interests and what they choose to do over others and how they treat others. If we had more modesty, if we had more of a low esteem of one's own importance, if we were able to humble ourselves and step back from our mansions and our millionaires and our cars and all these social media accounts and all these things that we don't need, and start taking care of things that we do and should be taken care of, like the planet, like starving children, the earth's imbalance and all the crazy weather that's going on, the mental diseases and the satanic systems. These are the type of things that would really change the world into a better place for all. But because, we aren't as humble, and we are so caught up in our own importance and our own attainments and our own things and our own little lives, these things continue to perpetuate. So I think that there's a lot that we can learn from the word humble, and it's something that resonates very deeply with my heart. And even if you look at the etymology of the word humble, it goes back to the earth. And, if you rearrange the letters of the word earth, that is also heart. So anyways, I just wanted to make this video and I get where you guys are coming from though, because I know that, to be lowly or, to be submissive and things like that can be seen as a bad thing. And if you're being submissive to a bad thing, then that is a bad thing. But if you're being submissive to a good thing like the Most High's, then that's a very good thing. So, it's all about how you look at the words. So, all right. Anyways, I love you guys, and I hope you all have a good day. All right, bye.